people like Sam George and co have made it look like all of a sudden, even me, I'm gay. That is how bad the situation was. And that is why some of us will not allow Sam George and co to take the conversation out of context.
But what have they
done?
Now
wait, relax. Now, fast forward, the law was passed in the midst of all the concerns that were raised. The law was passed. Without Sam George and co acknowledging these concerns by Richard Sky, Amanda, Gajeko and co. Without they acknowledging, they passed the law. And he passed the law with so much grain and excitement and said that it must be punitive. In fact, I have a video of Sam George here saying that even that law that we passed is not punitive enough. And that when he goes to Uganda, even Museveni, what's the name?
Yoweri
Museveni, that is not liked, has even passed a law that includes death. And that our law is not even punitive enough because Uganda has death as part of the punishment. Now you come into office. Now let me even put, before I even get there, the law has been passed. When the law was passed, immediately the law was passed, Richard Sky went to court. And Richard Sky went to seek certain reliefs. The reliefs were clear. One of the reliefs sought to block Parliament from even transmitting the bill to the president. One of the reliefs they were seeking to. When I read the Supreme Court ruling this morning, it was quite clear. Now, the president at the time was written to, and there's this season, there's this letter I keep hearing them saying, making it look like Akufo-Addo didn't want to sign. Akufo-Addo never anywhere said that he wasn't going to sign the law. He never said it anywhere. Akufo-Addo never said anywhere that he had a personal opinion on the law. The Attorney General wrote to the president, which is in the season, there's this letter, telling him that, Mr. President, I have been served with an application that is seeking to bar me and you from attempting to assent to the LGBTQI bill, which is true, the Richard Sky application. And there is also an application, the same application is also seeking to bar Parliament from even transmitting the law to you. Mr. President, my advice to you, and you are a lawyer, my advice to you is that, you are a law student. My advice to you is that when there is such application, you are preemptively barred from taking any action on the matter.
So don't touch it.
Remember, if you read the Richard Sky application, it was preemptive. Yeah. In fact, the Supreme Court judges said it, that he was only preempting, that if he doesn't act, the thing will be transmitted. So the Attorney General wrote and advised the President. All the President did was to write to Parliament, the Speaker. Remember, Parliament is also laws of their own, and said that this is what my Attorney General has advised me on. My advice is that I'm not going to flounce on the laws because I'm being barred now by this application. So don't transmit to me. Remember, Parliament was not under obligation to listen to the President. And that's something that people also refuse to realize. And they put the entire thing in Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo only wrote to you that don't transmit to me. The laws allow you to transmit your bill when you finish to me. I am only drawing your attention to what the Attorney General has told me and what the laws are. You could have ignored my letter because that is not, you are not under any obligation to
and still
transmit it to me. So that if it gets to me and I refuse to sign, then I'll be held responsible for it. When the letter was sent to Parliament, the Speaker of Parliament did not transmit the bill to the President. So as at 2024 7 December, Akufo-Addo had received no bill from the Parliament of Ghana. And yet, Sam George and his people, till date, made it look as if Akufo-Addo refused to sign a certain bill. As it stands now, has Mahama received the bill?
No.
How can we say Mahama has refused to sign the bill?
His secretary did not write to say don't bring it to me.
Because there's been no injunction served on the secretary.
Was it necessary for the secretary to have written to Parliament to say
it was
don't send it to me?
Yes, it was very necessary.
If you know that the procedure is that when you pass a bill, you bring it, you should have waited when the bill is brought.
It was very necessary. That is why if you read the letter very well, the secretary quoted laws. Yes. So read and pay attention to the laws first.
I have seen that.
Exactly. So it was very necessary. But when you received that letter as Parliament, you were not under any obligation to respect that letter. If indeed you didn't think that the letter was making sense, you would have dispatched the bill to them. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. If you didn't think that the laws he was referencing and the laws he was referring to made sense, you would have gone ahead and sent
so
it
blame
to them.
Parliament, not Akufo-Addo.
No,
or blame
don't blame Parliament, don't blame Akufo-Addo, blame our laws.